Bro, I feel so professional now. Like I have so much of a better mic compared to what I did before. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm the Korrupted Judge, and well, I was gonna say like welcome back to and that, but we're gonna do something a little bit different. I can't call myself a judge unless I judge something, and in this case, we're gonna be talking about one of my more favorite things within this life. Helltaker: The Second Circle, a fan game by Team 133 over on Twitter. Now, I did explain this at one point that I was gonna do a little bit of a review or my thoughts on everything like that. And I figured for something like this, I had to update a little bit of the equipment. So if the audio sounds different or even better than it did before, it's because I got a brand new mic that I ordered from Amazon. So that's why you no longer see the mic standing over here anymore. It's actually this little blip thing right here that you guys see in the corner. That's actually the new mic. And honestly, it looks so much more professional. I also bought myself a new jacket. I'm fat and fashionable. Hopefully the audio sounds better, because I've noticed this, and this never normally happens. While I'm editing, the audio still sounds fine. When I finish it, I check everything. It still sounds fine to me and everything like that. And I watched the video 3 times before I go ahead and schedule it. But recently, when my little brother put one of my videos on the TV, I noticed that the audio, specifically like from my microphone, not the game, nothing sounded right. Like, it sounded like distorted, and it sounded like there was no bass at all. I don't know what it was. I checked it on my phone. For some reason, it's the same thing. I don't know what goes on. I tested this mic. It sounds better than what the previous one was, but I don't know. Now, onto the actual reason that we're here. I have recently completed all the first dates in Helltaker: Second Circle, and I gotta tell you, there's a lot of different things that are going on. So we're going to start off with the very first one. We're going to start with the Panda Monica date. Now, there wasn't much really to go on. I do have a newfound respect for Panda Monica because of that date. I'm like a huge caffeine and coffee drinker, so I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for her in a sense. I always think I put my phone on silent. So I can understand that, but there wasn't a whole lot of like stuff that dropped within that. All I can say is that odds are the remainder of the 2 or 3 dates that we have left with her is going to involve a lot of coffee. Next, we're going to move on to the Modius date. The Modius date is kind of the same thing. However, Modius is technically kind of one of my favorite demons. However, I feel like in the Second Circle, she could have been portrayed a little more differently. But I can also tell that something is wrong with her throughout the date. Like, I know she's like she's the lustful demon. Like, she has all this stuff that's going on with her and all that kind of stuff, always in her head, lewd thoughts. But I feel like for that date specifically, it felt like she was hiding something. I don't know what it was. It's a weird thing, honestly, yeah. Who knows? Hopefully throughout the other dates, we'll figure out what it is that is going on with Modius, because who knows? Maybe she's not feeling as lustful as before. I mean, she stripped naked in a spa. I'm surprised she didn't do anything. After Modius, we have ourselves Sybaris. Now, this one took a little bit of a turn. Was it Sybaris? Yes, it is Sybaris. This was when the lore started to drop. With Sybaris, we had a cloaked figure who was trying to rob us, and ended up having Sybaris save us, and they recognized who that was. Now, when Sybaris said it was a girl, I thought maybe it's one of the demons, and then when they mentioned that they're going to send them back to the Void, that's when I knew that there's a very high possibility that Beelzebub the Great Fly will be introduced into the game. Which makes sense, because you can't have a Helltaker game without having your core main girls. The question is, how do you unlock Beel, and can you date her? So with the Sybaris date, that's when a lot of the lore started to, I guess, escalate or started to build. After the Sybaris date, we go on to Melina, and with Melina, again, there isn't a whole lot of stuff that dropped in regards to that. And that was fine for me and everything. Like, I like Melina a lot, and I really enjoyed the outfit that 133 had did with that and all that. I know they hired a specific artist to help them out with it. I can't remember the name, but I'll probably put the name up here while I'm editing. So there isn't much really to go with Melina, but who knows? That could probably change as time goes on, especially with the Sybaris date. Maybe we'll figure out who the heck the cloaked figure is, and maybe we'll find out it's Beel. Maybe we got to do enough dates in order to get Beel. After Melina, we got ourselves the Zedrada date. And that one I was a little more excited for the most, because Zedrada actually is one of my more favorite girls. And with the Zedrada date, we have the comeuppance of a potential new demon that's being released. Abby, who was the greenhouse assistant, I could tell that there were like the white things over here. I can't tell that if they're white horns or if it's hair. If it was hair, I kind of had the feeling that it's Melina. even though I have the feeling that she wouldn't be working in a place like that. And if it's white horns, that means there's another demon out there that is of the same age of Lucy and Beale. Not only that, but they had red eyes. Now, with the red eyes, yeah, it could be anybody, but there's always like that distinctive notion that when you see red eyes on a girl that's drawn into Helltaker style, you're instantly going to think that they're a demon. Not only that, but within the Zedrada date, later on, when you go back home with Zedrada, you hear Melina say that Zedrada was supposed to take care of something some time ago. To me, that not only proves in this fan game that Zedrada is the older sister, and she was always meant to take care of Melina. However, that didn't go as planned, so nobody knows what the heck is going on there. So I want to progress within the Melina and Zedrada dates. Maybe I can get some clues on what their history is, and maybe who screwed up with who. Because we got Melina, the alcoholic, and we got Zedrada, the chain smoker. I want to know what's going on with those two, because I like the two sisters, but I want to see what's going on with them. After the Zedrada date, we move on to the Azazel, the lone angel. Azazel is a bit of a wild card, even with this fan game, because if you guys know, in the original series, Azazel stays in hell for her quote-unquote report, and she eventually assumes the identity of Lore Master. She has become another fallen angel, similar to Lucy in Judgment, and she ends up becoming the new queen or CEO of Hell, dethroning Lucy. This game was made was made before that update of the 1 year anniversary, and I want to know, has the game updated to where Lore Master will eventually be a thing within Second Circle, and if not, if it's even planned. So with Azazel, there isn't too much that went on until we started upsetting her. And that started to bug me because I don't like upsetting people or anything like that. I am the 8th sin, but I still have a good heart. She thought that we were starting to get weirded out by her and all that, like all her intelligence and all that, her eagerness to research and everything. That isn't the case, but that also shows that she's very sensitive to how she is. All the other girls accepted her for who she is, with all her examinations and everything like that, her research and all that. And it shows that everybody up in heaven, the other angels, they don't like her as much there. So that is a good little backstory thing that we can get from Azazel. That was the biggest thing. And of course, they're going to throw in a little twist, and for Azazel to insinuate that some of the art pieces in the museum that they went to, or history pieces, were actually fake. That a lot of them are not real. And if Azazel says that they aren't real, they gotta be not real. You wouldn't put that in there if they weren't real at all. I'm gonna guess that somebody stole them, and you wouldn't add those in unless it involves something to do with heaven or hell. So something's going on there. With the Justice Date, there isn't much to go on with the Justice Date. All I can really say is that Justice makes me feel bad for being a 300-pound guy. Granted, the last 3 years of my life has been stressful, so I more or less kind of been binge and stress eating. I'm trying to get back on track now as it is, guys, so we're gonna go with that. That's all I got with the Justice Date. She just made me feel bad. However, we don't know what that's gonna mean later on, because she is the former High Prosecutor. She was a prosecutor before Judgment. And who knows, maybe she's got something to tell us about Beale, because apparently in the original game, Lucy says that Justice is the one who put Beale away. So maybe Justice has something to tell us in regards to Beale, since there's a chance that Beale is going to be in the game. Now, to one of my more favorite women, Judgment, the High Prosecutor. My God, I was waiting for that date. The Judgment date isn't a whole lot to go over. There's no lore or trickery. Well, there's no lore, at least. And I absolutely loved it. You all know that I am a simp for Judgment. I'm not afraid to say that. Drag lore knows that I am. I've admitted that to them already. So, we're going to go there. However, the end point of where she accidentally stepped onto the caterpillar, the soft side of her completely dissipated, and she became the High Prosecutor once again. So, I'm guessing that through the next dates are going to be us trying to console her and to convince her that she doesn't have to be this big, punishing demon anymore. She can live a nice and happy life. She doesn't have to keep hiding who she truly is, because the High Prosecutor thing is all just an act, because she's actually the nicest demon out of all of them if you look at Van Ripper's art book. So hopefully we get to change all that for Judgment. The last date with Lucy, the CEO, that one, it's a little more finicky. There wasn't any twists or tricks Well, there was a couple near the end. But we actually did get a little bit of history and lore in regards to the Throne of Hell actually being taken, not given. So that kind of shows why she got rid of Beale, because Beale wanted to take it for herself. Her being lonely at the top and having to deal with everything. But at the same time, she made everything better for everybody down there. But the fact is that when we told her that Sybaris saw somebody and that they recognized them and everything like that, I feel like something clicked in Lucy's mind that something isn't right. Especially when we first start the date, she says that there's something wrong with the border of hell or something like that, like the supernatural border. So I get the feeling that means maybe Beale has escaped. The hooded figure is who Sybaris saw, and now Lucy's worried that Beale may have actually escaped. I want to see what the heck happens. Now, guys, that is a bit of insight for me in regards to all the first dates with all the girls. Now, I did check through the CG gallery. Some girls have 3 dates, other girls have 4 dates, so you can tell that we're going to be spending more time with some girls rather than others. I don't know if that's going to change or not, because this game is still always in development. There's always updates going on with this game and all that. So it's hard to decide. All in all, so far, for the first dates, I judge this as an absolute win here. I love the Helltaker series. I love the Helltaker community, the fan base, the fan games, all the artwork, as creepy as they may be. I love all of it. It's amazing, and I'm so glad that I get to be technically a part of it, even though I'm like a drop of water within a vast ocean of the community. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. I might take a break from Second Circle for a little while so we can progress more in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So that way we can get through it more, because it takes us longer to get through that game than anything else. So maybe I'll take the week to play Legend of Zelda, and then eventually we're going to go back and we're going to start doing the second dates. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I got for you. I judge this game as an absolute win, the first dates at least, so who knows what we're going to get in the second dates. Alright, with that said, guys, I'm the Korrupted Judge, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you around.